Hello, welcome back to Muja Prepper channel. I hope everyone's doing great out there. All right, here's some information for those of you that are trying to set up, your own chickens. Believe it or not, chickens are a godsend. Okay, I raise chickens, turkeys, geese, ducks, guineas, peacocks. And all of them are great animals to have. Very, very intelligent animals. You'd be surprised. They all have different personalities. They do get affectionate. I had a couple of them. One of them was named Chicken Love. And he would sit on my lap. It was a little rooster. I kind of spoiled mine though. I had a boyfriend that they had worked raising chickens, and his dad said that sometimes when you got them, like from the hatchery, the little baby ones, that they didn't kind of grow up right because they didn't have mama around taking care of them. And if you ever watch a mama hen with her chickens, I mean, there is a bond there, and it's an emotional bond. It's not just imprinting. I mean, they really love each other. And so I never really thought of chickens as, having emotions, but they do. Um, so I would get my little baby chicks, and I was off grid. And so I didn't have an incubator or light to shine on them because, I don't have any electricity or anything. I'm out in the middle of nowhere on a prairie. So what I used to do was, and this sounds really, really crazy, but you got to do what you got to do, right? I would put them in a cage at night with some fresh straw, and I would put them in the bed right next to me and put the blanket over, keep them warm. And then during the day, they got let out, and, I put them out by where the sunshine was. So they kind of got bonded to me. Um, Sometimes I would give them to another hen. That worked out too. I had a hen that was disabled. She had a deformed leg and she limped. And people were like, "Oh, you just need to put her in the soup pot." And I was like, "No, everybody has a place here, even if you're disabled." And I gave her the baby chicks, and she took them underneath her wing, and she raised them. She did not lose one chick. So those are things to consider. Now, the question is about roosters. How many roosters is too many roosters? And roosters do get aggressive when they get their spurs. Well, again, it all depends on how you raise them. I used to get my chickens straight run. So what that means, for those of you that may not know, is when you order baby chicks from the hatchery, sometimes, you can pay for them to sex them. And so they'll guarantee that at least this amount are going to be of one gender or the other, depending on what you ordered. It costs more. They're going to charge you more. And I used to get a lot of chickens because I would, raise them and then people would buy them. I used to get some really pretty ones. At one point, I was doing organic, chicken meat. But then I found that people would pay me better and it was less work. I didn't have to slaughter anybody for these fancy ones. The ones that they might have like feathers on their feet, or they might be really small, different breeds. Okay. So I was like, it's a no brainer, less work, more money. And, you know, so I just get whatever was on sale at the hatchery that week. And that's how I did also with the ducks. And, the geese and everything else. Um, so in the beginning, when I first started, yeah, I did have a problem with a very aggressive rooster. And the reason why was because I was just starting out. I didn't have chicks. I had gotten them full grown. I had a couple of hen and I had a rooster that someone gave me, and he was just nasty, 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 nasty. So somebody else had a rooster that they were trying to get rid of. And, I don't know much about raising them. And so I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, the more the merrier. Let's get another one. Well, then it got real bad because then they were fighting each other and attacking each other and beating each other up. And, then they started ganging up on me. And I was like, oh my God, there's got to be a better way to do this. So, needless to say, they ended up in the soup pot. And the following year, when I ordered them again, I got a bunch of them. And, I didn't know what gender they were going to be until they, got a little bit older and, they started maturing and then they took on their characteristics. What I noticed, though, was that when I had a bunch of them, there was none of this drama. They were not trying to attack me. They were not attacking each other. There was a group of hens that kind of hung out, with each rooster. So it was pretty safe. I guess in their wild state, they wouldn't be fighting each other. Chickens actually originate from Africa. So, it'd be kind of stupid to be fighting all day long with someone that, is from your group, from your flock. So if you want to keep roosters, the way to do it is to keep more than 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. One point, I don't know, I had about 50 of them and maybe 20 of them were roosters, and I had no problem. Chickens are great because one of the reasons I got them to begin with was I lived right next to a body of water, and the mosquitoes were just unbearable. Huge mosquito problem. You could not go outside and talk because, bugs would fly into your mouth while you're getting eaten alive, and, you look like a leper with all the mosquito bites on your legs, and it was pretty nasty. Once I got the chickens, we had no bugs. Nothing. No crickets, nothing. No ants. Everything that was there got eaten up by the chickens. So they were great. My chickens were free range. I let them run around. They didn't go outside the fence. They stayed on the property. They were really good because if someone came, they would start making noise. The geese are good at that too. So I knew somebody was outside. So they were great, great guard animals to have as well. Would I do it again? Definitely. I've done it a few times, raised them. They take care of themselves pretty much. They're very, very intelligent. They know who's who as well. They knew me apart from other people. So it's not like they're some dumb animal, which I found out that the term dumb animal doesn't mean intelligence. It means dumb that they don't speak. Animals do speak using a lot of body language. Animals usually cry out for something. But most of the time, I would say 99 or 95% of their communication is going to be some form of body language. So there you go. that's, my tips that I've got about them. If you want to have, peaceful environment with roosters and not get beat up by them, and get a couple of them, have quite a few, you know, have a place to perch for them at night. I would get some pallets and I would lean the pallets on the wall, and then they would roost up there. But if you pay attention, you'll see they have their own little groups, their own little clans. So, if you have any questions about chickens, there's one more thing about chickens that's very important. Some people are talking about their hens laying all year round. You don't want to do that. You want to give them a break. Okay, usually hens will stop laying once it gets, winter and the daylight hours are shorter. Give them that break, otherwise they will get rickets. And rickets is like a vitamin D or a calcium deficiency, and their bones will break. So you don't want to have them laying eggs all the time. It's not good. Let them take a break, and they will last a longer time for you, and they will lay, much better eggs. You can always get oyster shells as well to supplement their diet with. But they're creatures that live on this planet just like us. Treat them with the same respect, and you can't go wrong. All right, so there it is. If you have any questions, please comment below. Go ahead and give it the thumbs up. If you didn't think it was too disgusting that I had the little chickens in my bed at night to keep them warm. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. Hit that notification button below so you can know when my videos are coming out, and share with your friends.